Okay, card 2. Let's do some prep. Take the big piece of toffee here, and we're gonna need black and toffee inks. And we're gonna use the Peace and Comfort stamp set on here. And we're going to use the little Paris stamp set. We're gonna use quite a few here. And we're gonna use that one we used before that doesn't actually say anything real. I still haven't quite figured out what that says there. And I think we're gonna be starting with that, and then we're gonna, yeah, the Paris and the little lines there, postal mark lines, and the cart post, actually. I think we use that instead of the Paris one. We're gonna actually use this one instead. So let me put that on the other side here for now. Okay, I'm going to do this in black up at the top, and it looks like, yeah, everything at the top except a stamp. So we're gonna use this stamp thing too. And so let me take the Paris one off. And you're gonna use this one. I think that'll work on the small one. Okay, so toffee first. Let's do, let's put that stamp down, postage stamp look. And I'm going to move it over a little bit because we're gonna need some room for the cart, postal cart, I don't know what the French is on that. That's a language I do not know. Okay, so that's in toffee. Then get your black. And we're gonna do this cart, postal cart. I have no idea how to say it. And I'm just doing the, I didn't ink that one at the bottom, so it's not gonna mess with me. And then you're gonna put that, the round circle is gonna go right in the middle of the stamp image that you just did. And then, yep, see I had a little ink on this one. That's why you need to wash. And then this one is gonna go to the right. Kind of off it like it was marked by the post office. And then we're gonna go ahead with the long one that makes no sense and do a little random stamping. So I'm just gonna, and it's tone on tone, so you really can't make a mistake on this. It's gonna be very easy. And just putting it in different spots across the card. Let some of it go off. And this part, I'm not even gonna put the whole stamp on there, so it just goes right off there. And I think for that part, we're done on that. And then we're gonna do the small white piece, off-white, French vanilla. And looks like they want us to distress it in a minute. We'll do that. But let's do the inking first. And it looks like honey butter across the top and the bottom. So there's a little zigzaggy thing on here, or is it a long one? Oh, it might be a long one. Good, it makes it a lot easier. Okay, so let's take that and a longer block, and I'm gonna, it's kind of hard to do because these tend to bend over, so I'm gonna put it on, and I'm gonna use this line here to line it up. I'm just kind of going about 1/16 of an inch away from that line. Whoop. Press it down. And I think it's pretty close on that other end. I'm just looking at that line. See if it helps better this way, to see how close I am to that line. I think I need a little bit further up here. It's not gonna be perfect because it's very wiggly. So just do the best you can, and then let's get that honey butter out. honey butter. And we're gonna go across this just like that. Not too hard because you don't have to do it twice. And in the middle is going to be the Peace and Comfort. So let me wash this one and get it off my block. So Peace and Comfort's going to be in black. Which is right there. Okay. Peace and Comfort. As we get older, we need to send more of these type of cards, right? Sympathy. Very sad. Okay. Not the best stamping I ever did, but you will do better. And then get your toffee because we're going to distress the edges of this piece. But just a little bit. Again, you could do the whole card with the distressing. And I think that is it. And then we're just going to, let's glue this onto the blue, to the mist color. This card shouldn't take too long. Now, one thing you don't want to do is don't put your brown, your big brown piece on yet, because we're going to take the ribbon lines and go across it. So grab your brown piece like this, and we're going to take this, but we're going to cut it up because we're going to put it in 2 spots. So, you know, you want to estimate it so that you have plenty left for down here. So if you're smart, probably push this up a little bit more to the corner and then trim the excess off. So you have plenty for down at the bottom of the card. Okay. So now I'm going to take my glue on the back side and put that ribbon across. And when you do the second one, you want it to kind of be at the same angle. So try to remember that. I might need a little glue eraser here. I hate putting these delicate pieces down, man. What a pain. They don't want to stay. They get glue all over the place. All right, now get your other piece, and you want to kind of make it at the same angle so it just looks nice. So one way to do it. I'm just gonna put my ruler down here and slowly move it, still keeping it at the angle that that's on. So somewhere about like that. And let's see if I went down far enough. Nope, just a tiny bit more. Because this has to fit across the whole piece, right? Okay. That. Let it dry. And then we're going to put our centerpiece in. Let me see if they pop that up. Doesn't necessarily say it. I think probably not because the ribbon will go over it. So let's put that in the middle, and it does have measurements for us. 3/4 of an inch from the bottom, 1.5 over. I haven't forgotten that we need to trim the edges there. Trim that excess ribbon. We will do that in a minute. And what did I say? 1.5 inches. So that's quite to the right side, yeah. So it's not even. That's okay. They want it a little bit to the right. That's because probably the ribbon. So now we can go back and trim those. that. Now you can put it on the card base. I'm gonna get all my little ribbon pieces here. Well, hopefully I'm staying within camera. I wasn't paying attention there. And this is gonna go in the middle. Now, here is another place where if you want to put some of that French vanilla, and I did cut myself a piece this time. If you want to put the French vanilla because you don't like the white behind it, you can do that, okay? I'm gonna go with the white because it doesn't bother me so much on this card. And so I'm gonna put that straight down. But you could cut that and do that, have the French vanilla behind it. And the reason is because this is French vanilla, so really it should be French vanilla there. So feel free to do that. And then let's get that ribbon done. All right, let's start with the bigger pieces. And I'm gonna build the, after I do these, let me see, I'm gonna have to do this careful because this is quite close. I didn't notice that. Boy, they must have put that down a lot further because I don't see where, wow. Okay, guys, let's try this. So a thought on this, since I'm doing this right now, and I must have put it lower too because it's a little bit lower on this one. So I must have put the bigger piece up at the top. So we'll try that on the second card. But we're gonna make these fit. We're just gonna tilt the bow slightly. All right. So like that. Where's my block? Okay, now I'm gonna put the strings. My block's a little bit dirty. So the longer string goes on the left. And I think it goes this way. And the shorter one on the right with, I gotta stay in frame. Oh my gosh. I hope I haven't been out of frame this whole time. This is gonna go with the curvier part on the right. Let me move this all up. Now I'm feeling like I gotta go look at the other video and make sure I was in the right way. Now that can go on, it can go over this if you have room. And now we're gonna do these little pieces. And just line up those circles like I said before. And then the last one. And our little bow to tie it all together. Let me just press that down. And while it's holding, I'm just gonna put this last piece on. It's a tiny one. Like that. Okay, 3 flowers and we're done with this one. So we've got the big 60s looking flower. And that's gonna go to the left of the Peace and Comfort. Just put a dot for the center. And then the little one that looks like this. And that goes down here to the right. Again, I'm just putting one little dot. And what else do I have? Do I have the right ones for this? I think I'm missing one of the little flowers that I need. Here it is. I hope I have enough of these. I'm actually taking that from another package. I'll look around. And that one can use a little bit more since it doesn't have the dot in the center. Okay. And so there's that one. I see a little glue spot. Now, let's dirty it up. Okay, now we're gonna do the more distressed card. And we're gonna start with some of the same things. And then we're going to need that little stamp. And that's gonna be in toffee. Leave about, 3/4 of an inch at least on the right. Then get your carte postal. And that's gonna be in black. A little bit to the right, the left, so that the circle's in the stamp image. Grab your postal mark and hit that over it. Then go back to toffee and get your big piece that says nothing. And what is that? I just can't figure out what it is. It looks like a giant L. It's some French word. Put some up there. And we're randomly doing it. With these, it's still kind of thinking in terms of a triangle, but it's a little harder because, of course, it's a very, very long word. Okay. Those good, and then get your toffee. Let's see. No, we're going to use black ink. So get one of these, and if you have to switch out, like I'm going to switch to this because I'm going to use black. We're going to make this one a little dirtier than the last one, so I'm using my intense black, but any black will do. And I do want to get black on the edges of these. And then we're going to rough up these edges too. It's okay if you smear, that's all part of it. And before we rough off the edges, I'm going to do a watermark. So I have a, this is about, let me see. This is just a little piece of pottery that I'm going to throw away because it's chipped. And it's about 2.5 inches long if you kind of want that. I'm going to dip it in the black. See the ink? And because this it's broken, this is even better, even better. And then I'm gonna put it down on here. I want only one side, I want it to be like a C, not the whole circle. And then I'm gonna put it down, but I'm gonna smear just a tiny bit, like a 1/16 of an inch I'm smearing, okay? Now again, this is not something you have to do. This is just, I wanted that watermark type of look on there. You can also do it at the end so that it goes over the ribbon and stuff, which is what I did on this one. Which would be more natural probably. So if you want to wait till the end, you can do that then. But I'm just going with it. Okay. And then we want to rough up those edges. So we're changing it up with the black instead of the toffee ink to really make it look aged. I don't think I'm tearing anything necessarily on this one, just roughing up the edges. Okay. Also, take your French vanilla and the toffee ink. This one I'm going to do in kind of a toffee look. And we're going to rough up the edges of this too. Now this is optional, this whole French vanilla thing, totally optional. I'm gonna use my distressor this time. It does the exact same thing as the scissors. So you don't have to have one of these to do this. See how that ages it? Oh my gosh, I love this look. Okay. And we're not gonna put it on yet because I do want to get that ribbon on. All right, let's look at our next piece. And that'll be the French vanilla sentiment. And again, we're gonna use that yellow, the honey butter, across it. And up at the top. And then the word in the middle was what? Peace and comfort. That's in black. Is that my black? Yep. Right in the middle. Okay. Distressing time. I did distress this in black. And grab your scissors, rough up those edges. And I think I even, with that black, I even smeared it a little bit more. Just did like just a little smeary. And we want to do the same to the blue. So take and outline the blue with that black. And we're going to distress it. Actually, this is all called distressing. I don't know what this officially is called. Rip up the edges. Scissor distress. Okay. Then that could be attached. And I just love that look. It's just so French. All right, now this one we want to do the bows. Maybe we'll try the longer and push this down just a touch more. And we'll do the shorter down at the bottom. Okay. And again, you could do the watermark after you put this on if you want, which would probably look more natural. If you do the watermark at all. I realize this style is not for everybody, but I want you to have the option. And this is something you can do to any paper that looks, you know, already has a little bit of an age thing to it. I'm just kind of estimating there about which direction it's going. And once those are done, trim. And I think we're ready to glue. On to the right. And then onto the card base. Let's cut 5.5 by 4 1/4, that vanilla. Okay, and then the Peace and Comfort. I believe that was 3/4 of an inch up, 1.5 from the side. I just love this look. I absolutely love it. 1.5 from the side. And we'll put our ribbon on. This time we have a little bit more room for it. Big pieces first. Bring that down. Yep, it works a lot better to put the longer strip up here. So remember that when you're doing the rest of your cards. Be interested to know if you guys do make cards or not. Or sometimes what I do is I pick the card I like the best and then I cut all the paper just to make that card only and then make as many as I can. All right. That's gonna come out of where the circle is. And I need my block, I think. And the little piece with a more curvy side to the right. And that can go down onto your sentiment. And then we'll do these last ones here. Right in the center. So normally, as I said, I would wait for these to dry and hold them down. But I'm going a little faster for you guys. And the center. See, I like that without that center. I don't think the center really adds to it. Okay, that needs to lay down. Being very stubborn. Let's put our flowers on. The 60s flower. Up to the upper left here. Yeah, I think that glass mark, I think I should have done it last, so it's not too late. I'm just gonna do it again. And then a little daisy and a little posy. So I'm just gonna go right over it, because you know sometimes when you lay your glass down and you know, you don't necessarily have just one mark. So I'm just gonna go over these right where it was and pull it just slightly like that. All right. And so there's our very distressed second card.